Hello and welcome to Big Brother's Chembot on the Side. Tonight we'll be going through the last week on Big Brother, and going into this week we thought we're going to have to go through all of this again once the show is reset. So obviously that's a lot to look forward to because we had to recap everything again once we caught up.
Doesn't that mean we can skip next week?
I don't know what they're going to do next week.
Who knows?
I heard they were going to supersize something. Maybe it means it'll last another month.
Oh my god, let's hope not. This series is already going on far longer than it should, let's
and
be
it's
honest.
all filler.
Yeah. What, you don't like Caleb dancing around in the have-not room killing a fly?
I don't mind that. That doesn't bother me so much. But Jeff and Jordan getting engaged does stick in my craw a bit.
But
as does Jerry Jones and his NFL cohorts.
That was about a month ago.
Still, I don't like it.
Anyway, let's have a look at last week, just for the purposes of, I don't know, science.
But it's all for now.
Are you just going to say that the whole way through the show?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the last thing we didn't talk about was the BB Blast veto. Do you remember that?
Oh, with that thing blow up in their face?
Yeah, that would be good for the bomb squad, wouldn't it? They like blowing things up. Or are they the detonators now? Or are they...
Bominators.
When did that happen?
Just the voiceover guy keeps saying bominators.
No, but that's not what they're called, so why is he saying that?
No one told Caleb still thinks Bomb Squad is golden.
He said he was the founding father of the bomb squad, which I thought was quite nice.
That means his co-founding father is Devon, of course. Rest in peace.
Yeah. So this is where they had to cut the coloured wires. That was piss easy, didn't you think?
They just had to remember.
Yeah, but there wasn't many to remember.
No, but sometimes they were striped and...
So, it was easy.
I thought it looked quite difficult. But I'm not very good at things like that.
My memory's fucked and I thought it was easy. So, and then this was the one where at the end Frankie went, I got every question right. And then they were all stinking with him because they thought he was trying to one-up them or something. Frankie's whole life was just one great trying to one-up someone, so what are they worried about? I've got a few equal chic bits to talk about today for lack of anything interesting to talk about. I thought Cody's hair's been looking quite good recently, like a young Richard Osman, I thought.
Richard Osman?
Yeah.
What, from...
Pointless.
I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, he's got a side parting and then it's a bit curly on top. I quite like it. It looks quite nice.
Oh, that's great.
Anyway.
But then he had to wear the dinosaur suit.
And then he had to wear it again. And then again. And then he woke up and had to wear it again.
Is it all a dream?
Oh, God. Derek, I know it's a nightmare for Derek, that's for sure. And us. Anyway. Oh, so this episode, there was this big flim-flam bit where they said they were going to put Frankie out, and then they just ended up not putting Frankie out. I think this is the biggest problem with this series, as if there could only be one. The flim-flam sections are so long, and they're always a lie, aren't they?
Yeah, there has been too much of that, and I think really it's what's caused Derek to start saying, with that being said, every 30 seconds he's saying it.
Even Dan Gheesling said it.
Exactly, which is a worry. I mean, Ted is obviously, I don't know,
what, feeding him it.
Highly influential.
So then Nicole was in bed with Derek. Oh, that don't sound right. And she said, "You're the closest thing to Dan I've ever seen." And Derek went, "Dan Gheesling? Who else do you think she's talking about?" And that was when Derek decided, "You gotta go, Nicole. You gotta go." So Nicole was ceremoniously evicted.
No, but you'd say to someone, "Thanks. Please don't ever say that to anybody."
Or smother you in your sleep.
In this house.
Yeah.
And P.S. Do you want to be final too?
Yeah, exactly. So then Derek said, "You don't avoid being on the block for 11 weeks without having a flawless strategy."
Self-proclaimed flawless strategy.
I know, that's exactly what I've written down. What an arsehole. You might have a flawless strategy, but you're boring. Boring as hell. Oink, oink, fuck off, copper. And he shaved his beard off. I fancy him even less now. What did Nicole say? Is this Big Brother or Big Baby?
Well, we all know the answer to that, don't we?
Derek looks like a big baby now, shaved his beard
They're all
off.
big babies in that final... the Bominators or whatever they're called.
You know who the biggest baby of all is? Cody. Needs his daddy to look after it.
That's true, but Frankie's a close second.
Not just that though, but Cody's always like, "Oh, I should have done that last week. Oh, if only I'd done that last week." Well, you didn't do that last week. So.
Yeah, but hang on, I'll tell you who else is a baby, is Beast Mode, because he can't sleep without his comforter, otherwise known as Amber's wardrobe.
Otherwise known as Amber's heart that is cut out of her earlier. Now, I've noticed that a lot of the other podcasts we listen to say, we don't want to slag off Christine or comment on her relationship with her husband.
But
I thought, why not? Why can't we do that? We're not afraid to go where other podcasts don't go, are we? Because we haven't got anything intelligent to talk about, so we'll just resort to personal attacks.
Alright, so why? What you got to say?
Nothing. I just thought there's nothing interesting left to talk about, so we're going to have to resort to personal attacks, and I blame Ted.
It's not even a personal attack. It's like you don't know what arrangement they've got or they came to beforehand. So
well, they're religious, so. So that brings us. I haven't even got anything negative to say about her. I just thought I'd say we're not afraid. We're not afraid to. We will go there.
Christine was a shitty housemate.
She's a cunt.
She was rubbish to watch. She was boring.
Ugly.
She went from group to group mixing.
Caleb said, "Christine, you're a beast," and I thought, well, yeah. No offence, like.
But it's nothing to do with her looks. Remember when she was in the Weirdos Alliance? At least she fit in that alliance.
I thought on the double eviction where she went out, she looked the best she's ever looked. She had like a little grey vest on and a long black skirt. I thought she actually looked really good.
She made her bed with those whatever
No,
they are.
your podcast hasn't just skipped.
Abominators or what have you, whatever they're called. And they fucked her over, and what do you expect? So
that's what happens when you screw over your best friend. Should have stayed in the Weirdos Alliance.
Mm.
So this does bring us on to the most boring double eviction of all time. Have you ever cared less about who actually went?
Well, I didn't want Nicole to go.
Yeah, well, she went right at the start.
Christine, I was quite happy to see gone, but
yeah. But normally in a double eviction, if you think back to like Ian Terry doing the shark thing, like it was actually like dead tense. This one, like the maze thing, like seriously, Derek won the HOH with one question. It was that, what word is bleeped out here? Was he trying to throw it and then he just got it right?
No, I don't think so. I think that was like question was almost like a trick question.
Yeah.
Because I forget what it was, but the answer was it was nearly correct. But
it was massages or something.
Yeah, it was something, but it was kisses.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You know.
Now I noticed the announcer at the start of that show just simply referring to Caleb as beast mode. Has Caleb just dropped Caleb now? Just pure beast mode.
He's had his birth certificate changed now.
Yeah, is his mum just calling him beast mode now?
She's called Mrs. Beast Mode.
And what about his brothers? Are they like?
They're
what's a mini beast?
Beast Mode in waiting. Beast Mode Junior.
Master Beast Mode.
Yeah. Wing Commander Beast Mode. It goes on. Are you talking about his biological brothers or his fallen brothers?
Oh no! Don't start. We're already in trouble for things like that.
I ain't said nothing.
And not being funny, right? Not being big-headed, but there was some other stuff that happened, but I'm just skipping past that bit.
Is this stuff that's been rewound
It's
now?
not that interesting. We noticed everyone is twitching bad in that house at the moment. Everyone is jangling their leg, aren't they? Like do. Everyone is like just looking permanently like they're like withdrawing off of heroin.
But mostly Cody looks the most nervous.
Derek's looking pretty nervous. So I remember the way he was twiddling with that necklace. He was twitching bad.
And Frankie's starting to get a bit tetchy.
Oh, Frankie looks ill. Frankie looks unwell.
The feedsters say he's like,
What?
you know, well...
What? Got AIDS?
What the fuck are you saying?
I don't know.
The feedsters saying he's carrying on like Mussolini in there.
Oh, what?
Making sure he's got his angle right, are the cameras on, getting his tofu like hand delivered or what have you.
That wouldn't surprise me. So then Cody called Caleb a fucking arse clown, but obviously not to his face. Goes without saying.
That's a bit rude.
Oh.
I mean, he is stupid, but...
Should we bother talking about Nicole's eviction? No point, is there? I did notice her...
I'm surprised that they even gave her an interview. I was surprised.
I
thought they'd go to CBS.com to see Nicole's interview.
Oh yeah, they should have done that.
But that whole episode seemed to be stretched out. Like, it's like every episode there's some complete like dross filler that goes on for hours and hours. It's driving me mad.
Well, you can send your Voldemort on a postcard. Oh no, he's busy with Utopia now. Forget it. Nicole's eviction dress, not being funny, right?
You're saying eek.
I was saying it might have fit her when she entered the house, but it certainly didn't fit her anymore. It was just like when Jade Goody got evicted and her dress didn't fit her no more. Anyway.
But do you, on average, do you lose weight when people put weight on?
They put weight on because you're not
average.
walking anywhere, are you?
You've got nothing to
walk
do.
around the garden, that's it. And they've got their big jars of peanut butter.
But they got a big gym out the back.
But Scott Hudson said none of them are using that gym this year.
What's he on Gym Watch?
Yeah, he's like, who's doing their exercises? No, fucker.
Why would you, if you have those feeds, why would you concentrate on the camera next to the...
Because you like so watching them getting fat, you think, are they going to do any exercise today? Like, nah, they ain't bothered.
That's a good reason to have the feeds.
Yeah, exactly. But when they had them Fitbits on, they were being lazy, weren't they? So then we had... Should we bother with any of this double eviction stuff?
Is this all to be...
Oh yeah, no, it's in that double eviction, like there was a bit where Frankie and Derek were in that room and Frankie was like, send the next person in to see me. Send the next person.
Yeah, but that was blatant production because you could see it was just before the... I don't know, something
eviction,
important.
Yeah.
And normally with that, like, people will come in, they'll talk, it's like on the live bit they show, isn't it? So it's supposed to be unscripted, but here...
It was that bit?
Yeah, it was. I saw it a couple of times over the last few episodes, and you could see it was basically organised by Ted, as, you know, this one comes in, then the next one. Normally you see it and you think it's happening organically, but this time it's quite obvious that it was scripted, essentially.
Do you think?
Yeah, 100%.
I think Frankie just makes things seem scripted. Do you know what I mean?
No, because I've seen it with other people.
And then Derek and Frankie were going, we got through it. I thought, you're fucking lucky, Frankie, that you won the veto, because otherwise you would have been backdoored over Christine. He was the other option, wasn't he?
Apparently.
So, you know. So Christine stood up. She said, Tim, you're hot and I love and miss you. And she said...
Is Tim the husband? Or,
yeah.
Right.
And she said she thought it would be pretty cool to be the last girl standing. Unfortunately, that honour went to Princess Victoria. I thought Cody looked a little bit upset about voting Christine out.
I think that's the point where he started to get really nervous in the game.
Yeah, because when Christine left, she got booed. And he was like, it's nothing to do with me. He was like, flirting, just part of my strategy. It's like, okay, Cody, it's too late now. We know what you're like. Yeah. Marriage wrecker. Home wrecker.
And imagine when he gets home, his dad is going to be fuming.
Do you know what, though? If Cody was... Cody was a girl on BBUK and he was flirting like that with a married man.
They dunk her in the village pond.
Are people calling Cody a slut? Are they?
No, they're just saying he's an idiot.
No, he is an idiot. Oh fuck. Oh yeah, so what did you think of Christine just getting up and walking straight out?
Pretty harsh.
I liked it. It was good.
I can't believe that you'd be sat on the block next to Victoria.
I know.
And think, and then when you got the boot.
I couldn't believe. It's like, how stupid is she?
She must be either really dumb or I don't know. There's something wrong there.
I thought she must have. It was so obvious she was going. She actually did look shocked, and then she's like, "Oh, they stabbed me in the back." It's like, what the fuck did you expect, idiot? Judy had a bit of a pop at her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about Punch? What did he say?
She said, you're sitting here now, not even Final Four.
That's bad.
I know.
I mean, in our final, in the UK, we have Nat used to be 6.
Yeah.
So if you said, oh, you're a finalist, that's like quite good. But to say not even Final 4...
That is harsh.
I suppose Final 3 is like the... If you say I was Final 3 on Big Brother, that's quite a big deal, isn't it? Final 4... is like, okay.
Final Four is good. Let's face it, on BB USA you got either 1 or 2 and that's it.
Yeah, but then Adam Pock was number 2, so...
Yeah, but he still got that 50 grand, so...
True,
think about it. And she also said you and Cody were very tight, but Christine wasn't really rising to that.
No.
Why did she get booed when she came out? Was it because...
we have never, I'm sure, in all my... however many thousand episodes of Big Brother USA, I've never seen someone get booed, ever. Have you?
Didn't Amanda get booed?
Not that I remember.
Didn't Aaron get booed?
I don't know.
She must have. She's blatant racist.
Normally they don't boo on that show, do they?
No, they behave themselves on that show.
But you know, it's like on our one. I think someone stands at the front. They hold up a card saying clap or cheer.
On our one, they don't do that.
Stand up.
Yeah.
But do you think, like, you know, Ted's minions were there with cards saying boo?
Minions.
Yeah, minions.
Could have been, yeah.
Saying boo on them.
Could have been.
So the crowd booed. Who knows?
So yeah, Christine was gone. Never mind. She's a super fan, so that's the main thing. So then Julie introduced a mysterious button to the house. Now we thought it would be better if they'd just not told us
what the button
the button was for. So the button is just there, and then we don't know what's going to happen, and then they're obviously going to press it, and we just don't know what's going to happen. Wouldn't that have been better?
Yeah.
But they didn't. They decided.
They
to tell
didn't.
us.
What they decided to do was ruin the next week of Big Brother by telling you that they were going to reset the game. So you spent the entire week feeling like, why am I watching it beforehand?
I feel like it's pretty. I feel like it's pretty. I feel like it's pretty pointless now anyway.
Yeah.
Just because there's no one decent in it, and now they've made it even more pointless by making it go like that. Do you know what I mean?
But they should have voted. Like at the end, when they finally did the rewind, they should have actually voted. And because they didn't, it's like, and then announced the results, because then it would have impacted the game more. Like,
yeah, I know. Why
if they
didn't
kicked
do
Cody
that?
out,
Yeah.
which I don't think was that likely, but if they had, then you'd have to face the consequence of that. But why stop just before they go into the vote?
That's what I didn't understand. It would have been so much better if they'd actually voted.
Like, it's really like bad production, and from this show, I always expect like really like good twists and like good things to happen, but I'm not sure I'm seeing it so much this year.
That's bollocks. Would you prefer if they had a button in there that was fast forward? I think that would be better.
No, because they do a fast forward where they do like a week's Big Brother in one night, so that is the fast forward. I like that, but what I don't like is being robbed, but not in. If they said, "Oh, we're going to rob you quickly," like in over about 15 minutes, I'd be like, "Oh, fine." But they're not. They're spending a week robbing you of something that you've already had to sit through. That's like a slow. It's like water torture.
Who thought that was a good idea for a twist?
Maybe Ted's off or something. Maybe he's busy with Utopia.
Oh, you think the intern is up to tricks?
The intern?
Yeah, because they obviously couldn't afford another HOH competition for this week, so they just had to recycle last week's one.
It doesn't seem they can afford any decent competitions. I don't understand it.
I was bored watching that H the first time. I don't want to watch just another one. Do you know what I mean?
And we know Frankie's going to be good at it.
Yeah, because he won it last time.
We know Victoria's got no chance.
Well, maybe she's learnt from her mistakes last time.
But I thought that was right, the fact that if you are going to rewind the game, you make it exactly how it was. So A, Cody has to wear his dinosaur outfit.
Yeah, that was funny.
And B, Derek can't play.
Yeah. In fact, the only person this twist has really fucked is Derek, because although Frankie was HOH, he's not really got the blood on his hands that bad, I don't think, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, he has got them. But he was only going to evict Victoria, so it doesn't really matter.
I guess so.
I mean? If he was going to flip and evict Cody, then he would have blood on his hands.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
Because there was no vote, we don't know.
That's true. So, oh dear. Yeah, I just think the whole thing just takes all the suspense out of the show. It's just completely pointless.
I know.
Oh yeah, so then we had the seed saw, which Frankie won. Then they all decided to press the button all at the same time.
But it said it only takes one.
But it's better that they all are all culpable for it, isn't it? Culpable. Shouldn't you say that word today?
Have some respect.
Yeah, sorry.
Have some respect, my lady.
I do have some respect. I'm absolutely horrified by that turn of events. Anyway, shouldn't they have learnt from Marlon? He pushed that button and he was house pariah on BB UK.
These people haven't even watched back all the previous seasons of Big Brother USA, so what the fuck are they going to do watching our Big Brother to see that? Do you know what I mean? These people are just like something they got off the street.
So then the countdown began. Oof. We don't like a countdown, do we?
No, it's never good.
It's always bad. Derek said, like, the only countdown you get is the atomic clock, and it's true. It's never a good sign. And then Derek said to Victoria, "You're the best girl player here. You've outlasted all the others." Kind of true. And then Big Brother did like a clips package of like all the stupid things she's ever done, which I just thought was mean, really. What do they want? All men in that house? What is this? Sexist society or what?
It's the brigade that never got slayed, isn't it?
It's that's good. It's the unlikable brigade, and I thought I didn't like the brigade at the time. Little did I know the brigade were positively charming compared to this lot.
I used to love the brigade.
Lane was good. Get the popcorn.
They were all good. Enzo was my favourite, and I like Matt Hoffman as well.
Enzo was good. So then, the doorbell rang. Ding ding.
Now, you know what? If I go on Big Brother and the doorbell rings, I'm just going to not answer it.
Sorry, no one's home.
It can only be Rachel, Kathy, whatever her name is,
Jessie,
Sheryl Crow. It's never good news, is it?
No, that's true. So in comes Jeff and Jordan.
Oh, Christ.
To host a luxury competition. Look, they never even got that luxury in the end.
You think they could say, oh, look, here's some,
Well, I suppose they got to listen to some country music, right?
Oh, from...
Brett Easton Ellis. No, I don't know what that guy's called. I have got it written down. Brett Eldridge.
He's a really up-and-coming...
Up-and-coming means no fucker's heard of him, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean...
Even Jordan didn't.
Even if he is famous, I don't really care. But what was more sickening, sitting through that song, or Jeff and Jordan proposal, which incidentally been rewound, or having to see all their families flock together.
James, don't lie. You were crying your eyes out when Jeff proposed to Jordan.
I did not, and I have not, dropped a tear over that proposal.
I did.
Though I had to admit, I was more touched by it than I expected.
We always said that Jeff would never propose to Jordan.
And he hasn't, because they rewound it.
Did Jeff know about this, that they were going to rewind it?
She must be fuming.
Are they going to have to come back in next week and do it again? Because I don't think I can sit through that song again.
Oh no, not the song. Please get someone different in, at least.
Don't get me wrong, I like seeing the clips of the Splish Splash room and all of that shit, but I don't want to sit through that again.
Did you like trying to work out what had happened to Jordan? And why her face seemed to be a different shape than it was previously. We were speculating nose job, but then you thought she just lost a lot of weight. I think,
it was one or the other. But she looked nicer than normal. But
we know that she's rotten inside. So
when do you think? Careful, you have the cat ladies after us. When do you think was the last time Jeff saw her before that proposal? A week ago. B, a month ago. C, 6 months ago.
6 months or longer.
Yeah.
I think it's D, whenever their last the reality rally or whatever.
They probably go to like nightclub openings or something. That's what they do. Our Big Brother contestants do over here, isn't it?
So they do that over there, or
don't know.
See Dan Gheesling opening faces, or
I could definitely see him doing that, but not with that new haircut. It put people off. So then. Jordan's dog come in and Frankie was cuddling Jordan's dog, and then Jeff was like, oh, the house stinks.
That was a bit rude, I thought.
Yeah, how rude. That's not a nice thing to say when you go around someone's house. Your house stinks. And then he went, anyway, get back to backstabbing. But you know what memory they didn't remember of Jeff and Jordan's time in the Big Brother house?
No.
Huna.
I ain't gonna mention that. Why is Frankie so far up Jeff's arsehole?
Yeah, a known homophobe.
Well, we know what a nasty homophobe is.
Yeah.
Do you think Jeff is a shoo-in for the next presenter of Big Brother?
You seem to think he is, but I don't think he
is. They keep using him over and over and over again.
Is it going to be Jeff or Frankie, isn't it? Let's be honest.
If they had a sideshow like we have bots or whatever, like in this country, I think Jeff would be a good presenter for that kind of show, but I don't think he'd be a good presenter for the main show.
I don't think he's a good presenter for anything. Let's just be honest.
What about when he goes to the dollar store for them? I like all that.
So then, let's forget about Jeff now. It's over.
He's a fan favourite. He's Ted's favourite. He's not our favourite.
The engagement is cancelled. It's been rewound. They even showed it in the rewind clip, so the engagement is null and void.
Unless they come back in and
do it again. Oh God. So anyway, Frankie nominated Cody and Victoria. Oh God, do you remember the veto? You're gonna have to sit through it again.
What?
That freak show thing with the faces melted together.
I thought the faces melted together was at the end, like the very end.
It's often it is, yeah, but... And do you know
I didn't think that was very good, that task.
Do you know what wasn't good about it? They spent way too long in it. They showed Caleb doing every single one, and then they showed like half the other housemates doing like most of the others as well. It's just like, what? Why do I have to sit through? They should have shown one person doing the first one person doing the second one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And one person gets the comedy music.
Yeah.
And then
Victoria.
The rest are like your rough ideas, so you know it's between like two. But they condense the footage into like maybe say 4 minutes, 5 minutes in total. But they seem to go, like so many other things this season, it just seemed to go on and on and on and on and on. And on.
And now we're going to have to sit for it again next week. Surely not.
And again. And again.
Forever and ever and ever and ever.
She said it'd be the twistiest season. She didn't say it'd be the most convoluted and frustrating
and
boring
season. So anyway, Frankie won that. And then, Victoria said, I'm so over this competition. And I thought, yeah, so am I. Wait till you have to do it next week. Now Cody went into the diary room. He said, "Dude, focus up. You're shitting on the block." And they kept that in. That ain't right.
Well, we know that from our own big brother in this country that shitting and pissing are both very good strategies. Look,
that's true.
Gary Busey is essentially winning our celebrity version at the moment through pissing on the bathroom floor. We've seen a bedwetter win it before. We've seen someone that shit in the freezer come second. So
I don't think they go in for all of that on BBUS though. Like
but the feedsters must know.
Fecal strategy. I don't know. Do they like that?
But they wouldn't show you on the main show, would they? But
no, it's uncivilised.
Yeah, some people might argue that. Yeah.
Team America got given another task.
Oh, is it A?
Are we going to have to sit through that again as well? They're going to have to pretend there's a mouse there again. Yeah, your £5,000 has been revoked. Sorry.
What was it? A? Something
I don't know
about
what A was.
Putting someone up, or
it was keeping someone up, but I can't remember why.
But we know that they just refused that anyway. So America gave up and given the one about the rodent instead. Yeah. But I thought the thing that the USP of the rodent task was Frankie's screaming.
Yeah, it was
without
good.
that, it couldn't have happened.
Yeah, Frankie's scream was good.
And then, but they all help. Like, but the things once production gives you the flashlight on your head, you think,
this is a task. I'm
being wound up here.
Yeah.
So, but once Cody started standing on a chair, like God knows what, then I think that really helped the cause as well.
Now Caleb said, "It's a rat. It's not stupid."
And then who'd have thought it? A rat in the Big Brother house.
Derek. Did he think of that line himself, or did they feed it to him?
I started to think a lot of his bits are scripted.
He's probably got an earpiece in. Anyway, they passed that task. Ding. Boo. Team America should have been disbanded when Donnie went.
Yeah, take that money away from them.
Yeah, boo. Fuck you, Team America. And then Frankie was in the HOH room talking to himself, going, "I've won 9 competitions and I have a neon sparkly glitter target on my back." Okay.
Oh, so that's easier to hit, right?
Yeah, get him out. So then this moves us on to tonight's show. It wasn't really tonight, but we watched it tonight.
Oh, tonight's redundant show.
Yeah, so basically there wasn't even an eviction, which is annoying. So Frankie was sort of I nearly said coming onto Derek, that ain't right. Sort of wising up to Derek a little bit.
It's the final furlong for him,
strategy.
Isn't it?
And then Derek was trying to pull Victoria's strings and saying, "Here, go over to Frankie and cry." And then she actually did it, and Frankie actually believed it. I was quite shocked.
Did he though? Did he?
Did Frankie believe it?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't show him in the DR afterwards going, "That was a bunch of nonsense," but he may well have done. You don't know, do you? And then we saw.
Well, it's been a really great show, and we look forward to speaking to you next week.
Hold on.
What happened?
Cody said, "I don't want rabies." Because of the rat.
But they also said, come Final Four, once Victoria's gone, then it's going to be a dog fight.
Yeah.
So surely the most rabid dog will come out on top.
But it makes no sense, because why wouldn't you get Cody out this week while you had the chance? You couldn't have anyway, but
Derek keeps telling everyone that they're going to reset the game.
Yeah.
But because we don't know how they would have voted, I'm starved.
Anyway, then we seen Jury House.
Now Jury House looked a bit cheap. Normally it looks like it's in Malibu or it's on the sea.
Yeah, it did look cheap. It looked like Jesse's house in Breaking Bad. Jesse's nan's house.
Yeah, it looked like just a normal...
Those sofas looked quite... Yeah, it wasn't that exciting.
Didn't even have a big fridge or...
No, was there in a hot tub? They just played ping pong. They obviously slashed their budget.
Imagine you're that bored, you're playing ping pong.
I know. And then, Zach's birthday, and they got him a new pink hat. I thought that was quite nice.
Yeah, but we know it only costs $3.99 from Target.
Oh, yeah. Is it a neon sparkly glitter Target, or...?
Not anymore, it was already gone.
And then Christine walked in, and she was welcomed with open arms. That was funny when she walked in, everyone just ignored her.
That was horrible.
She walked out the other house and just ignored everyone, and she walked into another house. No one even gave her a hug or anything. I thought it was good. And then they were watching the tapes, and Donnie goes, "Do you have an attorney to her?" That's rude.
Yeah.
She looked quite upset about that. And she said she got booed, and Donnie put his hands in the air and cheered. That ain't right. That's not the Donnie we know and love.
So he was actressing all the time in the house. He's not a nice person.
Just pretending to be nice.
I bet he don't even play Sudoku. That was all strategy.
Yeah, he's Black Ops. But he's got every right to be mad with Christine about that, bone task.
Oh, get over it.
True. So then Victoria stood up at her speech and went, Derek, you have betrayed me. The trouble is, they've got to carry this nonsense out now because Victoria's not gone. Do you know what I mean? Victoria might have been able to act that for a week, but can she act it for longer?
I don't think that thing's going to work. I think Frankie must smell a rat already anyway.
That's true. Frankie is a rat. So then the stupid button went off or whatever. Victoria's going, where's my suitcase? What's that about?
Why did she need her suitcase?
I don't know. And then, we heard, it's back to blah blah. I just couldn't believe that to do the same top. Have we really got to sit through that week again? It was bad enough the first time.
It should have been a new competition, like really.
So that means we've got to sit through that freak show. Nice. We can't.
You've got to sit through the time that Cody fell over the sofa in the crocodile suit, which wasn't really that good of a fall compared to some other falls I've seen. And no fall like an old fall, is there? But possibly even Jeff and Jordan coming back in again.
Oh God, I can't cope with it.
I mean, is the dog even available? Who knows?
And then finally, just to add insult to injury, Dan Gheesling came out.
Why you got a problem with Dan Gheesling?
I've got no problem with Dan Gheesling. Just thought he looked fat and greasy.
Well, he's no spring chicken, is he?
I like Dan Gheesling anyway, but his hair looked horrible.
Now you see the difference between Big Brother Canada and Big Brother USA is that they would, in a million years, never let him plug his website or his book or what have you.
Oh, what did they let him on Big Brother Canada?
Of course. I think they introduced him as DanGheesling.com.
You said about Dan Gheesling and Derek, the oink oink meets the quack quack. There you go.
There you go.
That being said, this podcast is over.
But it does look a bit piggy. I think he's put weight on, and it's making him look a bit.
Didn't they say he lost weight?
Not on his face, he hasn't.
No, I think it's the beard. Since he shaved the beard off, his face looks fat or something. I don't know.
Right. So sure. You think, like, when all's said and done and whatever happens and it gets to final two, what the fuck's going to happen? I know we don't really care.
It finishes next Friday, you know.
Right.
Isn't Friday? It can't be Friday. I don't know. She did say, but then she was going on about tarantulas or something. I don't know.
Oh, tarantulas.
I just got bored and walked off.
And then the football, and then
the same HOH again.
Yeah.
Surely no one is. Who wants to see the same week again? Like, even if someone you really like.
Maybe they're going to do it like quickly in one episode. They're
going to have to. But even if it was someone you liked being saved, you still wouldn't want to watch all the same things again that you've just seen. It's pointless.
I don't mind watching the same things over and over again, but I like it to be my choice, not Ted's choice.
Yeah, exactly. Ted's choice, like Sophie's choice, but less palatable.
Yeah, so we've got no idea what's going to happen. Who do we think is going to win?
Derek?
You hope Victoria, right? I think it'd be good if Victoria won. If she just fell into it.
Honestly, couldn't care less who wins at this point.
The jury seem to like Derek's, ways. They seem to look up to it, but then you can never trust those pre-jury interviews because they just have to say, on the one hand this, or on the one hand the other.
Yeah.
So
that being said,
God knows.
Blah, blah, blah.
But do you think a bit of jury can hand it to Victoria? I'm not so sure.
They'd have to be pretty bitter to give it to Victoria, but
What about Frankie? You think they hate Frankie that much? Everyone in there is non-bomb squad.
From what they were saying, it sounded like it was going to be between Derek and Frankie. No one even mentioned Caleb's name. Beast mode. Oh, because he's not got that name no more. That's why.
But if you beast it in the final three, then...
Yeah. But he's got to beast it through that, did this jury member say that about you thing? And they always fix that to say the opposite to what you think, so...
Oh, God.
Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that podcast.
Yeah, please forget everything you've heard because it's all for now anyway.
And we'll do it all again next week, exactly the same.
You think they'll trick us again?
Sorry we've been a bit unenthusiastic, but I'm sure you are too. We're all just getting to the end game here, aren't we? We're all weary, just like Caleb after the snowman task.
I think now with Big Brother and with the UK and the US version, losing is actually the new winning on Big Brother.
Oh, don't say that. I hope Gary doesn't lose tonight on CBB.
Well,
come on, Gary. Gary for the win. Anyway, follow me on Twitter, @VM.
And follow me, Big Brother Bile.
And we'll be back for the end of CBB, and we will not be doing a Big Brother Australia podcast unless something really exciting happens, and then we might. And we will definitely not be doing a Utopia podcast because it's annoying.
You don't know that. Give it a fair chance.
I'll give it one more chance. So give us another chance and tune in next time.
We'll definitely be back for our Survivor podcast.
Bile Island. Anyway.
Ta-ra.
Bye.